Hey everyone, this is Pine Grove News Live. Don't mind the sirens. I just like putting out the warning signal. Isn't that a warning signal? Hey everyone, this is Pine Grove. It is 6:01 p.m. here on the East Coast. It's dark. It's cold outside. Haven't seen the sun all day. So that's the mood that they want you to have. Everyone knows about it. Um, as for me personally, I have a little bit more energy when the sun comes out. Yeah, I think that we all do, basically. And yeah, that's about it. Pine Grove News Live. It is Monday. One second, because looks like the probably just need to refresh, and I guess that's all it is. YouTube is up and running live, and Mixer is live, and the recording channels are rolling. And I had to reboot everything. Got all the news set up. Yeah, like it used to go a couple months back. But I got it all back. Praise God. He brought it back for us. So let's go right to the news, okay? Because there is a 911 report out there of an active shooter and multiple victims near Mercy Hospital in Chicago. Go figure, right, folks? Murder capital of the United States, gun-free zone, at least for law-abiding citizens. Yeah, criminals have them. So there was a massive police response following reports of an active shooter and multiple victims near the hospital Monday. Today is Monday, November 19th, 2018. In any case, the scene is at 2525 Michigan Avenue. Police say at least one possible offender is shot and at least 10 ambulances were dispatched. Police officer was also confirmed shot, and officers say he is in critical condition. So the officers were doing a methodical search at the hospital, a spokesman said. So then we have a bunch of tweets down here. Heavy police response after shots fired near Mercy Hospital. I tried to get it live and it would not take me live. It says it right there. Live shot, right? But it will not bring me there. In any case, let you know that that was going on, and that was at about 4:45 p.m. What was that tweet? Yeah, 4:35 p.m. today. All right, let y'all know that Chicago's once again on fire. Yeah, 6.7 earthquake. I believe it was today. I'm not sure. Well, let's go back. See if this will open. No, I guess it won't. This is the only tab that didn't reboot was my Google Gmail account. But here it is, folks, in the Fiji Islands, okay, where a lot of earthquakes, big ones, have been occurring lately. I mean, they're all over. I mean, this is fault zone right here, fault zone. In a lot of places. This is the Ring of Fire. And I don't know where they're going to go after this, but if you want to know, Dutch Sense. Well, he has a YouTube channel. I believe he has some kind of system there that is running 24 hours. He's not on 24 hours, but his system does, and it will report. If there's an earthquake that goes on, you can actually see where it is right from his map. Pretty good site. So, where is it going to go next? I don't know where the last ones went. North, south, east. I know that there was one way south. I think I remember telling you all about that. Down by the southern tip of South America. mid-Atlantic. All right, so let's move on to some weather. This is from the Watchers. Rare tornado hits Canterbury as complex weather system moves over New Zealand. Yeah, I'd like to know where they got the picture of that tornado. You know something? You know, these things, you know, because they're very powerful. You can have one, you know, rip apart your house. And I know instinct tells you that if you have one coming down your street, that you want to go inside and close all the windows. You don't really want to do that. You want to open the windows. You want to take the pressure, as much pressure out of that house. Because if that tornado comes down the street and you know you see it outside your window, the pressure in your house and the pressure from the forces of those winds will just explode the house. You know, I've been told this once before. I don't know where I was told. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I did remember hearing that, though. It takes the pressure out, open the windows. Yeah, it's either get a little rain and something in your windows or have it, you know, be ripped apart. Either case, it might get ripped apart. But rather it explode or just parts of the house go. Anyways, those things are just... the whole point I wanted to make was that I do not want to be standing on the other side of that fence or whatever this is here watching this tornado come. Because normally with this tornado, you get, you know, debris, usually hail. You know, you don't want to be that close. I don't. You know, these crazy storm chasers, hope they get good money out of it, whatever. So, yeah, so here we go. See, severe storm accompanied by hailstones the size of marbles. Still will hurt you. Still will probably put a hole in your head, you know, coming down fast enough. And at least one tornado hit Canterbury, New Zealand on November 18th. That was yesterday. Some of the residents described the tornado as a massive ball of dust coming at the road. The country is currently under the influence of a complex weather system, bringing an extended period of wet and cold weather. Calendar says spring, but Mother Nature says it's winter. Isn't that going on in a lot of places these days? Weather patterns, weather seasons are just a little messed up. And you got to wonder, right? Because, you know, one of the signs that the Lord gave us as to his coming was I believe it was the fig tree. Was it the fig tree? You know, you have to watch the fig tree, and when you see her branches getting moist and tender, you know, and it starts budding, know that, you know, summer is nigh. He just gave that as one of the signs. But if these seasons are messed up, which I think the devil, you know, may be doing this to throw off the seasons, to keep you unaware. Little does he know is that we're aware all the time. We don't have to be waiting for a specific incident. We're waiting all the time for everything. Good Christians are very aware of what's going on around them. In any case, let's get back to more weather. This also, a couple good clips down there. 2 waterspouts make landfall in Antalya, Turkey. And that was posted 2 days ago on the 17th. That was on Saturday. I'll show you this briefly. This does not make landfall, this one. Does not. You're just going to see that. So let's go down. Let's see this one. These the one in front might make landfall, but I don't remember seeing the end of it. I figure they got the title that they make landfall. At least they'd show it to you. See this other one right up here. Yeah, that might be making landfall right now. But look at these people. I mean, yes, it is a water spout. I might be tempted to it being just a water spout. It's making landfall now. And that's all we're going to see is more, I mean, people talking. And that's it. That's the water spouts. That little trailer stands no chance in any kind of tornado. Okay, so we'll go on to this. Also from the Watchers, destructive wave hits Canary Islands. You know, that's the one over there in the East Atlantic, more like the Northeast Atlantic. But anyway, I mean, that's the best shot. It goes up. This is a big, huge building. And these waves go up to the third floor and rip apart the balcony here. I'll show you that. So the severe storm produced spectacular waves across the Canary Islands over the weekend, especially on the northern coast of Tenerife. I don't know, probably most definitely not how you pronounce it, where dozens of people have been evacuated from their homes. The waves kept crashing into the buildings late November 17th and 18th, reaching a height of, as the third floor, one apartment. Well, let's go look at it. Let's go look at it. This is it. Where are we in this frame? From the okay. Takes the balcony with it. Who builds these hotels right on the water like that? I mean, I wouldn't want to own one, but I would definitely go rent one. I mean, the insurance alone got to be astronomical. Well, that's it. Let's go. We'll show you this one too. There's another video of these waves.
Increíble, increíble. O sea, ahora sí, me cago en la puta. Pero mira, no.
That's like a mini tsunami.
Mira.
Look at this.
Impresionante toda el agua que está entrando, colega, en serio. Esto es impresionante. Mira la basura como la rodó.
I believe somebody said it was in.
Ay, Dios, señor.
No, we just said Turkey, didn't we? Was it Turkey for the sprout or the Canary Islands? So that's got to be somewhere around Spain. But anyway, that's what's going on there. I mean, things are happening everywhere. It's fascinating, I think. And now we have, this volcano in Guatemala again erupting. Thousands flee as Guatemala's volcano fire begins erupting once again. I have not looked at the videos, so we can go look ourselves, see what they have. I want to make sure everyone sees this as well. Copyright disclaimer. Usually always get them after I post something like this. But they put it out there, you know, they have to know that it's in the public, it's for news or educational purposes. Had one, you know. What was that? So we saw one the other, what was it, Friday or Sunday? I put something out on Sunday that was about the caravan and the military moving stuff to the border. Those MLRS systems, multi-launch rocket systems. Yeah, it was a video on Sunday. And so California wildfires, the death toll jumped to 79 now. More than 1,000 are missing now. Friday it was 600. You got 400 more plus that are missing. And you know, folks, you know, right? And if they're missing, most likely they're not going to be found, or they're just, I'm sure some got away and haven't been able to contact people. So, we can hope and pray for that. When, the government sends in a FEMA DNA, what do you call them? Well, he's going to search for DNA. I don't know exactly how to put that, except that he searches for DNA and we'll be able to find victims, I guess. I don't know. I guess through families, I guess you can compare the DNA and find out if who's who. Anyway. Oh, death toll 76. I got 79 up there, but so 3 people were killed in the Woodsley fire. So that was just a campfire, County. Things that there. Look at. I don't know what's going on here. This thing is just moving around on its own now. In any case, there's a map of the fires and things. I don't know what this is. Fox News. I'm not going to play it because it's the same thing, and they're actually not up to date because they got 71 dead. So more pictures, satellite pictures, and there are all kinds of videos out there, of course, about how the fire started, about how they're chemtrailing and over the skies of these fires with this aluminum that we talked about, this aluminum dust, the barium, and this dust. Someone told me today acts kind of like that Fahrenheit. If that's how I'm saying it properly, that stuff that can melt steel. Okay, the stuff that has been purportedly been used in 9/11 to help bring that building or those buildings down. Yeah, thermite or something like that. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Okay, so there is an update for you for California wildfires. That's all I'm going to put in there right now for that, except this. This billionaire, he uses a $25 million yacht. Hey, look at it. Nice, right? $25 million, though. Well, it's got a helicopter. I just noticed that. He brought supplies to the fire victims, but police don't let him ashore. How can they even stop him? I mean, who are they? We're not living in a police state yet. Are we? Are we living in a police state? Yeah, you would think that we are in a lot of cases. Stuff like this. Or an incident that happened to me, 3-4 years ago, bringing my dog for a walk in our, we're horseshoed around a school, okay? And there's a big park in there. Walking my dog in there during class, okay, and this was a year or two after the Sandy Hook thing. So some teacher who'd never seen me before got upset, nervous, asked me, told me that she doesn't feel comfortable with me walking around with my dog. Meanwhile, all the kids were saying hello to me and to my dog, Maya, because they knew the dog. They're the kids in the neighborhood, man. And anyways, long story short, or short story shorter, by the time I didn't leave, I walked around the park in the outer perimeter, against the fence, away from the kids, and came back around to my house, my normal walk with my dog, okay? And when I brought the dog in the house, there was a cop car that pulled up kind of kitty corner on an angle into my driveway and got out and was asking me who I was, and somebody filed a complaint, blah, 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 because I was saying, how did you get here so fast? I mean, I was just got home, a minute ago. In any case, the cop told me that I was never, ever, ever allowed to go into that school in that park again. I had been banned for life from going in there. And, you know, you can't do that. You can't ban me from going into a public freaking park. I told him that. You can't ban me. He says, well, you are banned. If you go there again, I will arrest you and blah, 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 blah. I don't care if it's on weekends. You're not allowed to go there ever. And he did threaten to arrest me if I went back. And he wanted me to sign a piece of paper confirming, I don't know, that he told me, you know, or warned me or whatever. I said, I'm not signing anything, you know, and then he left. Yeah, and I have gone back to that park since then, and many times since then. Now, Maya, of course, is now gone, and so on and so forth. But, yeah, I mean, that's when it hit me back then that we are turning, that this is no longer the America that I know, and it's turned into a police state. So with all you socialists out there and communistic whatever that are trying to turn this country to all the other failing communist and socialist republics, yeah, it's not going to work here either. You think that it is because suppose we have more riches here? Yeah, sorry. It doesn't get distributed equally. There's got to be a ruling class, and they will keep it all, just like China, okay, just like Korea, North Korea. Let's move on. 11th child, this is from the dailymail.com, 11th child dies, and 23 more are sick in this deadly outbreak of this adenovirus at the New Jersey Center for Severely Disabled Kids, as state officials admit they are struggling to contain the bug. Yeah, we continue to follow this. So this little bit of an update. 11 children have died now from the adenovirus outbreak. Okay, another 23 have fallen ill at the Wanacue Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation in Haskell, New Jersey. Adenovirus causes the common cold and is a mild for most, but can kill children. Yeah, no kidding. So this virus, some strains spread rapidly in communal living and healthcare settings, like the place I'm working in, nursing home. Well, there's a assisted care living center, and then there's a nursing home. Buildings. Some strains spread rapidly in, we just said that. New Jersey officials say failure to separate those affected with virus from those without symptoms have led to the outbreak. Yeah, so we got to quarantine everybody now. Not only we got to, oh man, I don't know, my head's just going in so many directions right now when I talk about contain, you know, separate and contain. Yeah, there was a story out there. I thought I had put it in one of the news briefs. No, it's not a news brief. One of the news hours. Yeah, somebody was talking about FEMA being in California and speaking with these residents, property owners, and kind of tricking them into, you know, them being there, being nice, maybe give you a little check, maybe give you some water, some food, put you on, you know, make them look good, and then you trust them, and then you go with them, and then what you end up doing is going to FEMA camps. And in some cases, apparently I heard that if they refuse, obviously, they're going to be brought to these FEMA camps under a gun. Yeah. I hope you all know what is going on in California. It's been going on for a few years now. These, what do you call it? These very well thought out droughts, geoengineered, however you want to call it. I I've seen so many systems coming in from the Pacific with this moisture that California normally needs and has. And I see these systems getting just, before they reach shore, they get blown away. It gets either rerouted somewhere else, or the whole system is just obliterated. Possibly, and I know people who do that. One Redwood, or it's called One Pacific Redwood. He specifically does that type of data mining search when it comes to the Pacific, because that's where he is. And he'll talk to you all day long about where these chemtrails are, where these microbursts are happening to dissipate, to, create so much heat that it'll just evaporate these storm systems, or drive them in another direction. So I hope you know that there is weather modification going on, not just from our country. Look at all the ones that have hit over there in the Pacific with regards to Japan, Taiwan, China, places like that. They've been hit big time. We don't even know. I mean, there have been, reports out there, millions have been displaced. I mean, they got a lot of people over there. What's going on, man? As long as you know. And again, Dow plunges 400 this time as Apple and Amazon and Facebook fall. Yeah, don't be, I don't know, no, you're not surprised, right, that Facebook has fallen? You shouldn't be. They're taking chances with this, limiting the freedom of speech and targeting people. I'm hearing from other sources as well, is that these social media sites are fading away. Fading away. I mean, that's what you're going to do if you're going to target people, not have them able to get on there and say what they want to say. Limit the free speech and keywords and algorithms and so on and so forth. Yeah. I mean, just in the meantime, I think you should all be paying attention to what Mark Zuckerberg is doing. Is he selling Facebook shares again? Is he buying them, or is he selling them? Last time I seen a fall, this is the second fall probably within the past month or two. Prior to that, I remember that there was a story out there that he was selling his shares. Facebook. Of course, it fell, but anyways. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 395 points, and the S&P 500 dropped 1.7%, as the technology sector backed 3.8%. Tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite lagged, falling 3%, as Amazon dropped 5.1%. Oh, goes on to say, what here? What's this? Popular FANG trade, made up of Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Alphabet, is now in a bear market, with each member down more than 20%. See, I don't know much about the stock market, but I know enough not to put any of my money in it. No. Way back when I may have had some money to put into it, I was told to put it in some kind of mutual fund, I guess it was. That is a very low risk, longer term type investment. Not, you don't find those things going down too much. It's kind of like a bank account backed by, multiple companies. And it's changed here and there from time to time. 16 House Democrats signed letter opposing Nancy Pelosi as Speaker. And somebody's got some common sense, though, right? Of what, 87? Let's see, where was that? There was another. Oh, well, this must be it right here. Yeah, let's look at this one for a second, too. Will Democratic rebels dethrone Nancy? So they're talking about how many seats that they've added, 37 seats, taking control of the House by running on change. And people, this was the biggest freaking fiasco, biggest freaking theft of certain positions. I mean, there's some people that are still counting votes, especially Florida. And there's just a lot of wrong things going on here. That's all I have to say. This shouldn't have happened. No. So anyways, congressional Democrats appear to be about to elect as their future leaders three of the oldest faces in party history. Nancy Pelosi of California, Steny Hoyer of Maryland, and have led the House Democrats for 16 years. For 12 years, they have been joined in the leadership triumvirate. I don't know what that word is. Triumvirate. Jim Seiburn of South Carolina. In these three, if these three emerge as Speaker, Majority Leader, and Majority Whip, all three Democratic leaders will be older than our oldest president, Ronald Reagan, when he went home after 2 terms. By 2020's election, all three House leaders would be over 80. I mean, come on, people. Was this genocracy? Geriocracy. I know it's trying to say geriatrics and bureaucracy or whatever it is. Same time. Is that a word? Bureaucracy. Whatever. What American voted for when it was awarded Democrats control of the U.S. House. But anyway, I hope they have common sense and do not take these people so actually in danger of losing her bid to become House Speaker. Question mark. That possibility became a bit more real on Monday when 16 Democrats released a letter formally saying they would not vote for Pelosi. While these Democrats say in their letter they are thankful to Leader Pelosi for years of service, they say as they are committed to voting for new leadership. Well, thank the Lord for reason to them, arguing that the Democrats ran and won on a message of change. Yeah, so stick to what you got you in there instead of lying like everybody else. Anyways, I mean, there are a lot of people, old people in there that have been there most of their lives. It's not supposed to be a lifelong thing. Not. Anyways, enough of that politics. I hate it. Really do hate it. Makes me angry that people even. I know it's our system, but what about the people who can't afford to run? Because you gotta have money to run, and I don't understand that why you gotta have money to run either. I mean, it's obviously that's what it has become anyway. Washington didn't want to become president. He didn't want to be president, and did you know that there were probably 8 presidents before Washington, even though he was declared the first president? He was the first president of the Constitution. Prior to that, there was no Constitution. But there were, from what I heard, there were 8 other presidents. And that one of them was actually a serial killer. That's a story for another time, and it's true. Netanyahu, talk about politics, man. Netanyahu appoints himself defense minister. Bennett Sheikh set to announce resignations. So he will assume the defense minister's position temporarily, with early elections appearing imminent, according to some. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to see. No. Well, there's another article out there also about him trying to, Netanyahu trying to stall the next coming elections. So I don't know what he's up to, but let that be someone else's problem. They can figure it out. So some kind of what do you call that? Dictatorship maybe happening there. I don't know. This also from World Israel News. Fleeing female IDF soldiers spark criticism of mixed units. 5 female IDF soldiers. They fled before Palestinians despite being well armed. So 5 female, this thing's dancing all around, man. 5 female IDF soldiers forgotten by their commanders during a training exercise were harassed by a group of Palestinian pursuers and proved unable to defend themselves even though they were armed with machine guns. So the event, which happened last week, according to Israel's state-owned TV, Channel 11, as well as Israel's Channel 12, raised concerns about the Israel Defense Forces experimental with mixed units. The term Israel's military uses to refer combat units combining both men and women. You know, that may work for some nations. I don't agree with that whatsoever. If women want to be part of the military service, well, that's another thing. That's okay. But in combat units, in foxholes, and whatever, no. Absolutely not. Women are too emotional. They are. Yes, men are emotional too, but women are a lot more emotional. From one degree to another, believe me. And men are just, you could, yeah. So men are from Mars, women from Venus, that type of thing. So we can go and debate these things. Men are just, physically stronger than women. Maybe that's the only attribute we have. We're not smarter than most women. Most women are definitely smarter, but they're ruled by their emotions. Men are ruled by reason. Sometimes it's the wrong reason, but to have somebody like Hillary Clinton in office, or this Nancy Pelosi, or even Maxine Waters, I would be hiding. I would be building a bunker. That's when it would go into overdrive to protect my family from their, whatever emotional responses or reactions. Anyways, now that I may have started a firestorm, so be it. I'm not afraid of feminists at all. They want to burn their bras. I mean, so be it. They want to, if they think that little of themselves, whatever. I mean, we're free. That's what freedom is. Freedom is to do, whatever. Read the Constitution, the pursuit of happiness, everyone is equal. Do what you want. But as long as it's not, well, we all have a moral, what do you call it? Moral center. At least we start out with a moral center and we know right from wrong. Okay? And after that, we choose to go in either direction. And yes, there is the opposite direction of good is evil. And I guess we have to make rules for those evil people. Whatever. So we can try and weed it out. Yeah, something like the tares and the wheat, right? Remember that story? Unfortunately, in order to protect the wheat, they have to grow amongst the wheat, those tares. But the harvest will come anyway, and the tares will be picked and plucked out first and thrown into the fire. That's when the angels themselves will come down and they will know who is who. Caravan meets with hostility in Tijuana, Mexico, from WND. Many of the nearly 3,000 Central American migrants have reached the Mexican border with California via caravan said they do not feel welcome in the city of Tijuana, where hundreds more migrants are headed after more than a month on the road. The vast majority were camped at an outdoor sports complex. We've heard about that the other day. Sleeping on a dirt baseball field. Well, at least you weren't molested, right? And under bleachers with a view of the steel walls topped by barbed wire at the newly reinforced U.S.-Mexico border. The city opened the complex after other shelters were filled to capacity. Church groups provided portable showers, bathrooms, and sinks. And the federal government estimates the migrant crowd in Tijuana could soon swell to 10,000. Tijuana Mayor Juan Manuel Gastelum has called the migrants' arrival an avalanche that the city is ill-prepared to handle, calculating that they will be in Tijuana for at least 6 months as they wait to file asylum claims. Meanwhile, U.S. border inspectors are processing only about 100 asylum claims a day at Tijuana's main crossing to San Diego. Asylum seekers register their names in a tattered notebook managed by migrants themselves that had more than 3,000 names even before the caravan arrived. And this last one right here from Free Thought Project. U.S. government accidentally, reveals they're charging Julian Assange, paving the way for persecution for all journalists. Why would they jail him? What's he going to be arrested for? Giving up government secrets, passing them out? Well, some of those secrets shouldn't be secret. People should know. Full disclosure, yes. Freedom of information. The U.S. government, okay, accidentally. Yeah, prosecuting Assange for the WikiLeaks publishing operations, unprecedented and unconstitutional. Unfortunately, people, we don't live under the Constitution right now, and we should be. This thing alone must be changed. We do have a Constitution here. We all know, well, at least the ones coming in through the Common Court, they don't know. They're the ones that are, them and the millennials. They want everything, and it's just like they think that they're entitled to everything. The only thing that they're going to get, their mind is so brainwashed through that process in Common Core, and how we, the people, let that happen. We should all be ashamed of that one. Taking our children and teaching them things behind these doors, and we don't, because we're too busy. And yes, we are. We're too busy trying to make up for all these taxes that are just unconstitutional and without, warrant. Just way too much money taken out of our incomes. We should amend that one right away. Once we get the Constitution back, go and amend that. It might be the 16th Amendment, I'm not sure. About income tax. It can tax you up to 100% of your pay, according to that amendment. We'll look it up. That, everyone, that's it. We're done for the night. God bless you all. It is only Monday. Sorry, we still got the rest of the week. So I'll see you back Wednesday. Unless something comes up, then I'll see you then. Keep your family close. Make sure that all is forgiven between your loved ones. We don't want anything holding our family back from each other, period. We got to learn to forgive and forget. God forgave. Jesus came and died, so, all your sins could be forgiven. God is forgiven you of all your sins, past, present, and future. You could at least forgive the loved ones. Start with them first. so that you can continue to grow as a Christian family, with morals. God bless everyone. See you Wednesday. Peace out.